Have you ever noticed that when you get to the airport and you get off your plane, there's a cluster of car hire desks waiting for you just right there? Or how about when you buy furniture and you're on your way out to the car and you see all these advertisements for handyman services? It's as if they know you're not going to read those flat pack instructions. When this happens, it's so convenient. And that's because it removes that kind of mental gymnastics of you having to think about what the next step is. And that, my friends, is called auxiliary marketing. And that is where you market something to someone that either supports or complements or completes that main thing that they're already doing. And this type of marketing is about tapping into the client or the customer when they are in the exact right mindset. So, I'm flying somewhere and now, how do I get to my destination when I land? Oh, look, there's a car hire. Brilliant. And this really works best when the auxiliary service also focuses on your ideal client. So you've got a high-end flight carrier, you want a high-end car hire at the other end. Like, you're probably thinking, cool, Abigail, that's great, but how does this relate to me? How do I even do this? I've got some ways that you can implement this in your financial planning business. But before I jump into that, I want to make sure that we're in the right mindset for this, right? I want you to think about your business and what is going to be auxiliary to that. Or I want you to think about what are the types of businesses that you might be auxiliary to. Well, mind bend, right? Because if you get into that mindset, this is how you can position your business exactly when and where your client needs you and wants to take action. With that in mind, let's jump into those three ways. And from where I sit, there's three approaches to auxiliary marketing. There may be more, but these are the three that I think are relevant to financial advice, financial services, businesses. The first one is proximity, right? And this is about being physically close, but without losing your independence. So just like the planes and the car hire, they're two separate businesses, right? But they sit under the same roof, being the airport. And so if you're going to do auxiliary marketing in proximity base, is that you are probably going to be based in a managed center or in a co-working space or a managed office or anywhere where you can benefit from shared foot traffic or directories or some type of joint promotions. And this is a really, really proven model. Just look at those big homemaker centers, right? Or those clusters of medical services that are all kind of positioned in the same area. That is how they are using that proximity approach in their marketing. The second way, if you're thinking, the first way is not for me, the second way is referrals, right? And this is classic. This is so good, especially in financial advice. So the natural auxiliary partners for financial advisors would be things like lawyers and accountants and brokers and real estate agents, occasionally if you're feeling optimistic. And the trick with referral partners is to find those businesses that position themselves before and after you in the client journey. And most importantly, actually, is that you've got to partner with people and businesses that you trust. That part is completely non-negotiable in my mind. So what you do is you find parts of your process and they find parts of their process where it feels really natural to recommend another service. And then you have all their details on hand and you facilitate it that way. In order to do this successfully, you have to prep your partners, right? So they know the right information of like who you help, how you help. And so they make really good referrals to you of only your ideal clients. Because there's absolutely no point being referred someone to you if they're not going to be a good fit. They're not going to be a good fit for you, and it's not going to be a great client experience for them as well. There's other things like referral contracts that people get into if you kind of start exchanging money for referrals, but honestly, most of the time, my clients, they just refer for free because they want people that they trust and they want their clients to have a really good outcome. So they just steer clear of that completely. Now, the third option, and I don't know if it has an official name, but I like to kind of call it the monopoly method, and you'll see why. And this is the most complex, but this is actually probably the most lucrative way of doing auxiliary marketing. And this is when you actually own those auxiliary services around you. So say you're a financial advisor, you might expand into accounting, and then you might add a broker as well. And then suddenly you're this one-stop shop for your clients. They didn't even know they wanted, but they definitely need it. And they've got the convenience of just going to one place, and they know really that they could get the same quality throughout. And I actually saw this really in a clever way recently. So one of my friends owns a gold buying service. Didn't stop there. They then added on a gold bullion service. Never even knew that was a thing. But then later they added on a vault as well. So now people can trade in their gold for bullion, and then they can store it in a nice secure place. Expensive, yes. Complex, yes. But brilliant, because now they own the entire ecosystem. And it's great because nothing slips through the cracks, nothing is off the table. There's that nice level of quality throughout everything. So if you're going to use auxiliary marketing, this is a really, really great tactic, because once you tap into it, you kind of know where your ideal clients are and you know that they're ready and willing. It kind of takes that guesswork out of it. It also improves their client experience too, because it makes it really kind of seamless and this easy solution for them to get from step 1 to step 2 to step 3. So let me leave you with this. My question before: think about what businesses you are auxiliary to and what businesses are auxiliary to you. And then think about how can you start to build this into your marketing plan. Because I guarantee you, your clients, they are hiding in someone else's business. And once you know where they are, you can tap into that. It's going to go through the roof. As always, reach out if you want to explore this for your business. Always happy to help.